Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's continue our discussion on word formation processes. But I think it's better for me to review from the very beginning. In the first meeting, we talk about word structure. We also have to be well informed with the concept of root, base, and stem. Because we need those concepts when we talk about morphemes or elements of words. Okay, when we are talking about element of words, when we are talking about morphemes, there is a dichotomy of lexical morpheme versus grammatical morpheme, and there is also another dichotomy which is different from this. There is a dichotomy of bound morpheme versus free morpheme versus bound morphemes. Be careful. Bound morphemes are usually free morphemes are usually root, but not always, because there are some bound root. Okay, when we are talking about bound morphemes, usually we are talking about affixes. There are prefix, suffix, infix, and circumfix. Be careful. So you have to pay attention to the concept of affixes. Yeah, and then so we discussed that in the second meeting, and in the third meeting, we talk about in the first discussion. The third discussion, we talk about. We came to the lexical morphology, we came to the discussion about productivity, and we talk about productive affix versus unproductive affix, and we also talk about the affix available in a certain language which were not a unit in that language previously. Zero into productive affix. Okay. When we are talking about lexical morphology, we are also we are focusing on the concept of word formation processes. There are three major word formation processes in major languages. The first is derivation. Derivation is a process of a process of attaching a certain affix into existing word, and you will get a new word with a new meaning, new lexical meaning, and usually with new grammatical category. Okay, please get well informed with the concept of grammatical category in my book. In aspek fonologis dalam pembentukan kata, there are some explanations about kategori gramatikal kata, and in my book, which is written together with Maulana, so we also explain the grammatical category. Okay, and then the second major word formation process is inflection. What is inflection? Inflection is attaching a certain affix into existing word in a language. Yes, you will get a new word, but a new grammatical word, not a new lexical word. The meaning of the new word is different just because of the grammaticality. Okay, and then the grammatical category of the word, the new word, is not different from the source word. Okay, now let's continue. The third major word formation process is compounding. What is compounding, everybody? Compounding is making a new word by combining two roots. Okay? For example, in English, girl plus friend is girlfriend. Girlfriend is one word or two words? One word. Yes, it is a compound. Compounding is a process of making or making a new word by compounding two words. For example, girl plus friend becomes girlfriend. It is a word, not two words. Another example is week, Monday until Saturday, it is 1 week. And then Saturday is the end of the week. In other words, Saturday is a weekend. Weekend is a word made by compounding or combining week and end. Let's come to Indonesian language. Okay, Fauzi Samsuar. Fauzi Samsuar has got 2 children. Okay, it means in Indonesian, Pak Fauzi adalah orang tua Rafa dan Zahra. Orang tua here is 1 word or 2 words. 1 word. Orang tua is constructed by combining orang and tua. Becomes orang tua. Okay? Ya. Anda orang muda. Tapi saya bukan orang tua. Walaupun saya bukan orang muda, tapi saya bukan orang tua. Anda orang muda, saya bukan orang tua. Orang tua here is a compound or not? Let's ask another question. Anda orang muda, saya bukan orang tua walaupun bukan orang muda lagi. Okay. Orang tua, orang muda here, orang muda here is a compound? Is it a word? No. So it means orang muda is not a word, is not a compound, because it is a word, because it consists of 2 words, orang which is still muda. Okay? Let's come back to orang tua. Fauzi Samsuar bukan orang tua, walaupun juga bukan orang muda. Orang tua here is not a compound, because orang tua here, orang which is already tua. Okay, but Fauzi Samsuar adalah orang tua Rafa dan Zahra. Orang tua here in that sentence is a compound or not? Yes, because it is, because it consists. So it is a word made by combining orang and tua. Okay, do you get the point? Now try to find out the difference between what you call that compound and phrase. Okay, I don't want to talk more about phrase because we will talk about phrase later in the discussions of syntax. Okay, so in morphology we are only talking about word. So when it is already more than a word, so it is no longer in morphology. It is no longer in the area of morphology. Okay, yeah, let's come back. When we are talking about lexical morphology, there are some word formation processes. And there is a question, how many word formation processes are there? There are many word formation processes. And then out of them, there are 3 major word formation processes. The first major is derivation. The second major is inflection, and the third major is compounding. We don't have enough time, you don't have enough quota to discuss more about this. Why don't you try to read the explanation from the books that I recommend you? Because we still have to discuss some other word formation processes after this. Okay, besides the 3 word formation processes, there are some other word formation processes. The first is acronyms. Acronyms versus abbreviation. Abbreviation is not a word. For example, what is WHO? Is it an acronym or is it an abbreviation? WHO stands for World Health Organization. It is an abbreviation. What is FKIP? FKIP is an abbreviation which stands for Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan. What about FKIP? Is it an abbreviation or not? Because it is pronounced as if it is a word, not FKIP, but FKIP. It is no longer an abbreviation, it is an acronym. UNHCR. Is it an acronym or an abbreviation? It is an abbreviation. UNICEF. Pak, people do not say that way. People say it as UNICEF. Yeah. But when people say it as UNICEF, it means that he or she is saying that as an abbreviation. But when he or she realizes it as UNICEF, so it is a word which is called acronym. I do hope that you get the point, the difference between abbreviation and acronym. Okay? Okay? People never say LIPI. People tend to use it as an acronym, LIPI. Oh, Anda bekerja di mana? Saya bekerja di LIPI, bukan saya bekerja di LIPI. Okay? Temanku kuliah di FISIP. I think people tend to say it not that way, but temanku kuliah di FISIP. FISIP is an abbreviation. FISIP is an acronym. What is acronym, everybody? An abbreviation which is realized phonologically as a word. Okay. Okay. Now let's come after acronym. Let's talk about conversion. So it is also a word formation process. What is conversion, everybody? In English, for example, yeah, you know shampoo. Okay, shampoo. What is shampoo? Is it something or activity? Something. Shampoo is something. But and then, oh, my hair is already dirty. I need to shampoo my hair. I need to shampoo my hair. To shampoo here is something or activity? Yes, activity. It is a verb. When a word, shampoo, for example, the grammatical category is a noun, and then it is converted into to shampoo, into verb, so it is a process of conversion. Okay? You can see in the garden there are many flowers. The flowers are fresh because this every day the gardener, the florist, doesn't forget to water the flowers. They water the flowers, of course, with water. The last water is a noun. To water is a verb. Okay? Ya. Alhamdulillah saya telah membukukan gagasan saya dalam sebuah buku. Okay, buku is something, membukukan is a verb. So it is a process of what you call that conversion. Acronym versus abbreviation versus acronym, and then conversion, and then clipping. Okay. For example, people when do their practice when students when do their practical activity, they go to the lab. You know lab? What is lab? Lab is a laboratory. So they clip the laboratory into lab. So I am different from you who become the fans of Persib. So I become a fan of Arema because I am from Malang. Ongis Nadi. Okay, I am a fan of Arema. What is fan? Fanatic. Okay, you are the fans. You are the fanatics of Persib Bandung. I become the fan of Arema. So it is an example of clipping. Yeah, and there is also clipping should be differentiated from back formation. Okay, back formations, or please read the book again. But for example, like this, babysitter, teacher, right? Teacher, the process of teacher is teach plus er becomes teacher. What about babysitter? Babysitting, for example. So, babysitter is not what you call that the result of babysit becomes sitter. So, babysit is the result from babysitter. For example, please read the explanations about babysitter in my book. Now I will give you clear explanation. Television. Okay, the word creation is a result of to create plus ion, but television is not a word which become the the result of televise plus ion, but television is the result of vision plus tele becomes television. Okay, television is the result of vision plus tele becomes television, and that is a television. And if you have to translate Indonesian sentence into English, Indonesian sentence, RCTI akan menayangkan pertandingan itu nanti malam. In English, you say it as RCTI will televise that tonight. Will televise the words. So televise here is derived from television, not television derived from televise plus on. Television is from televise is from television. Okay, babysit is from babysitter because babysitter is from baby plus sitter, and babysit is from babysitter. Okay, now I am sure that you are still confused about the conversion, about back formation. Please read the written explanations about this. Inshallah, you will get well informed with that, better informed with the concept of back formation. Back formation should be differentiate from clipping. Okay, and then clipping is also from blending. Okay, information, yes. Entertainment, yes. Infotainment. Infotainment is a word or two words, one word. So it is a blending. It is a blend which is made from information and entertainment becomes infotainment. Breakfast, yes. What you call that? Brunch, lunch, yes. Brunch, something which is between breakfast and lunch. So brunch is an example of blending. Okay. Now another abbreviations versus acronyms, conversion, clipping, which should be differentiated from back formation, blending, and there is also a process of borrowing. Long time ago, when on the view people did pilgrimage to Mecca, people from Nusantara, from archipelago, went to Mecca. So the season was still summer, and then they saw white things, and in English it is called snow. In Mecca it is called salji. Okay, the pilgrimage who came back, the pilgrim people who came back to to Nusantara, inform their relatives, oh, we went to Mecca, and then in Mecca we saw something that we don't have here, so it is white, and then it's very cold. So what is it? We don't have here. So in Mecca they call it salji, and then people know that now, and then they call it salju. So it is a process of borrowing a word. Okay, you know something in front of me, so it is called computer in English, but in Indonesian language it is called komputer. Okay, yeah. So it is borrowing. Your lecturer, Pak Fauzi Samsuar, is a doctor, so he got his dissertation is dealing with the morphophonic phenomena found in the borrowing from English into Indonesian. Okay, computer is an Indonesian word borrowed from English. Salju, asli, sabun are example of Indonesian words borrowed from Arabic. Okay, yeah, please get well informed by a written source of borrowing. Another word formation process that I would like to explain here is coinage. Okay, I still remember when I was still a student in Malang, my ibu kos warned me, Fauzi, Hondamu durung dilebokno iku. Honda. My motorcycle was not Honda. My motorcycle was Suzuki at the time. But my ibu kos named motorcycle as Honda. So it is called coinage. Because I don't know for sure. So when the motorcycle came to Indonesia for the first time, so the first producer was Honda. I don't know for sure. And then my ibu kos also remind me, Fauzi, itu jangan lupa dimatikan sanyonya. But it was Hitachi, not sanyo. Okay, but my ibu kos labeled what you call that water pump as sanyo. And also we also do. Gua mau beli aqua dulu dong, aus. But your friend came back not with aqua but with Ades or Vita. Okay, everybody. There are still many things that I would like to explain actually, but the time is limited. Your quota is limited as well. Okay, don't forget the materials that we have discussed so far. So our main discussion today is other word formation processes besides derivation and inflection. Okay, please enjoy your assignment of making the summary of my video. The last words from me is Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.